Just talk about zodiac matching and compatibility, vibe, and all that shit. Okay. Hi guys, I'm back again with another, not a tarot reading this time. Um, yeah, so let's just talk about it. So, this is only based from experience. You don't need to base it, or you don't need to relate it to your experience if it doesn't apply to you. But let's start with fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So, fire signs tend to be the zodiac who's very isolated in terms of compatibility with other zodiacs. You know why? It's actually because these zodiacs are only compatible with their type, their fire type, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But in terms of attraction, it's very massive. Like, let's just say, for example, right? JLo and Ben Affleck. JLo and Ben Affleck is both Leo, or are both Leos. But Ben Affleck's ex-wife is an Aries, Jennifer Garner. So those are actually samples of it, right? And but in terms of attraction, this is, of course, we cannot compare ourselves to celebrities, but this is actually just self experiences. Now, I as a water sign, I tend to gravitate more on fire signs, and fire signs tend to gravitate towards water signs, but they don't tell it to your face. And fire signs are supposed to be like, what do you call this, bold and assertive, right? They tend to hide it at first. Like they tend to hide it a lot, and then you will know from a friend and from a source. And let's not talk about the opposites do attract motto, because that's gonna apply to water signs and fire signs. It's like you it's like you balance each other out if you partner with Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, right? But it's quite hard, right? Imagine boiling water. You're gonna have to like make sure that you don't boil the water too much or too long so that it doesn't evaporate. And same goes with water signs. You don't put your water out there too much because it will kill the fire, if that makes sense. So something like that. Another one is our air signs. I don't know, right? There's something with air signs that I can quite put a finger on in terms of compatibility. They're just eccentric for me, and also very cerebral, very focused on their careers. But there's a lot of air signs that were attracted to earth earth signs. Yeah, I can say that because earth signs. Oh, actually, the compatibility of their first, let's discuss the compatibility. The compatibility of the air signs is with themselves as well, right? That is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So basically, it's them and them as well. So it's like the fire signs, but their tendency is that they fall for a Capricorn, I believe. And the reason why I also believe that they're them and them, that's just for samples, right? Hold on, I'm not sure if my research is correct. Jolie, Angelina Jolie, and Jennifer Aniston is both air signs. One is an Aquarius and one is a Gemini, I think. And I'm not sure with Brad what's his sign, so you can actually check it out. I think it's he's also an air sign. I'm not quite sure. So like let me know. Just let me know, okay? But there are actually air signs that's ending up with a Scorpio as well. My dad, is he's a Gemini. He ended up with my mom, who's a Scorpio. And there's my cousin, who's a Gemini, who's gonna marry someone who's a Scorpio. So I don't know. There's something with the bickering and all that that made the relationship last, and then, and it's quite funny to see and refreshing. So it's a refreshing combo. It's probably the things that they see about each other. They're willing to, as long as they're willing to compromise, for one another. I think that's the key. Let's go to our earth signs. Okay. Now, usually for masculine signs, masculine. Okay, I've noticed this pattern that they're very isolated zodiac, zodiac wise in terms of compatibility, because sometimes air to air, fire to fire, and then when it comes to earth signs, right? Earth signs and water signs, they're feminine, right? So basically they complement each other. All of the feminine side signs, not side. I must be getting hungry. So earth signs is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They tend to absorb. They tend to be the shock absorber for the water signs in terms of emotionality, because water signs are known for being their emotional self, lovely self, right? And if it's too much, then the earth signs will really ground the fuck out of you. Okay, and this is quite similar to an experience of mine where Tauruses are actually being drawn to Scorpios like no other. I've experienced this one before, like one, two, three. I guess Tauruses confessed. They're very open about their feelings, though. They don't mess around, right? Tauruses are actually head on, like the ram. With well, I didn't see that with Aries before, so I couldn't say. But Tauruses, yeah, they don't play. Mm, what else? Taurus is also like a common ground. So same goes with the other signs, which is the water signs. If they found a common ground, they will cap- I don't know why I'm getting the word capacitated, or they, oh no, that's not the correct word. Capitalize on it. Capacitated. You can search for that if it's if it does mean something to you, because we have crystals here, so different words come in. That's what I actually get irritable with downloads. Sometimes it's just words, a word, and then you have to interpret it. What else? Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Let's talk about Virgo. I was always drawn to being a Virgo before. I wanted to be like an earth sign, but if I'm gonna be an earth sign, I'm gonna have to be a Virgo, cause I know a Virgo and Taurus is actually. but I much more prefer Virgos. They're just very confidently quiet and confidently quiet in achieving their goals. Like, oh my god, I cannot explain how grounded they are, how amazing they are for the details, right? I haven't encountered anything with Capricorn with the opposite sex yet, so I am not sure. I cannot tell, but a Capricorn, a friend of mine, we jive because we are both daydreamers. And what we love about this one is it's because when we suffered the same regime from the same management, so this is a former coworker of mine. It's like, and we work at home, so we don't see each other. It's like when we talk to each other, we're like holding hands. If we since we are suffering with under the same regime, right? So something like that. It's like they got your backs. And oh, let's go back to, okay, no, I'm gonna move forward to water signs now, actually. So let's talk about water signs. Water signs, that is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. They're good with earth signs and themselves as well, like all feminine signs are. um I not all signs, they're good with earth signs, if I may correct myself. So earth signs and then water signs as well, them amongst themselves, feminine signs. It's actually because feminine signs are much more emotionally aware. But I haven't experienced anything with Pisces, so I couldn't tell. But Pisces are actually the daydreamers of the zodiac. So probably if it's an interesting conversation, it's gonna be quirky between a Scorpio and a Pisces. If it's a Cancer, it's just mushy. You just want to hug each other out. So I don't know if that's actually what you feel with Cancers. Like, you don't talk a lot. You just want to hug each other out because you feel if the other have have experienced the worst in life and vice versa. So I have, although I think for Cancerian it's half and half for me, because this is in terms of friendship, okay? Cancerians. How do I say this? Because Cancerian guys are very mushy. You just want to hug them, right? Because I have a Cancerian friend, so shout out to you if you know this is my channel. This is not my correct name or real name, so shout out to you. But for Cancerian women, I have a Cancerian sister. I have a Cancerian manager before and now. In the present moment, they really they really have a strong personality. They really have. I have a Cancer, I think, in my rising. So I do get them where they're coming from, especially if this Cancerian has went through a lot. They are hardened. You cannot break their rules. But trust issues as well. Actually, Scorpios does that as well. So I can't blame them. What else? Yeah, for Scorpios, there's one more thing I have. Oh my god. There are only one Cancerian I got drawn to, but I feel that compatibility wise, they're really, match made in heaven, given a good circumstance, right? But for Sagittariuses, let's just throw it out there. So Sagittariuses are actually drawn to water signs. Okay, my sister is a water sign and she actually got married to a Sagittarius. There's a few Sagittarius there that's drawn to me. There's two friends Sagittarius that were drawn to me before, and a guy, two to not a guy, two guys who are Sagittariuses as well, who confess their feelings. Though the Sagittariuses, they crave for freedom. They do what they want, which is actually which is not a bad thing, right? It's just that they like overindulgence and they're really, 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 really proud of it, which is it's quite to the point that it's quite obnoxious already. Like it's not gonna fly in 3D if you know what I mean. So um that's actually my experience, right? So don't come for me. I'm sorry. There's no sign bashing here. I love all signs. It's just that we want to talk about this a lot. But and yeah, so I personally as a Scorpio, I think it's because this is a fellow Martian, I get attracted to Aries. And they're funny. They're like, oh my god, the most popular and like the athletes of the school, something like that. Because my personality is like the opposite. The one on the bleachers, just watching. Not even a cheerleader. My god, that's actually the Leo's thing, right? To be the cheerleader of the school, of the cheer squad. Yeah, so I'm not very extravagant, but I get. Oh my god. I get so attracted to Aries. It's not to Aries. It is not even funny. They're funny. They're witty. They know what they're saying, right? They know what they're saying. Air signs, I also find them very funny. They will do everything to make you smile as well. Very happy. But unlike Aries, yeah. So hands down, I think it's because of they were cousin Martians. And as for Leo, just downright obnoxious for me. But however, Leos actually has their soft side to them that will make you wanna go pinch their cheeks. Like they're really cute. It's just that how do I say it without offending the sign? I've known in Leo that they're quite there's quite a bad side too, but everyone does. Okay, I don't want to use the term abusive, but when they see something like a natural Leo, right? They capitalize on it. Their symbol is a lion. We're not gonna judge that. Okay, they live in survival instinct. Lions does, right? Not the Leo sign. Okay, let me just clear up that thing that I said there. Not exactly the Leo sign, but the symbol, the lion symbol. The lion goes to capitalize on whatever is in front of them that they can take opportunity for just to survive. It's survival instinct at the end of the day. Speaking of at the end of the day, right, we're wrapping this up. Compatibilities are actually using free will as well, right? It has different factors that can contribute to it: environment, your own boundaries, your own self-respect, your own ideals. Everything can contribute to it. And if it matches the other person and both of you are happy with it, then happy and accepting, actually, if you're both happy and accepting with it, with each other as well, I think it will work, whatever sign it is. So actually, that's the closing remark for it. So I don't know what to say after. But that's what I have for you today, and I'll see you when I see you. I hope that you enjoy the view of the crystals. If you know, I love crystals, so I just put it them. I just put it in here if I want to discuss something, so that you can look into them. Yeah, let me know by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.